Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back, it's Rick. On today's video, we're gonna be replacing the water pump on our Airstream, so stay tuned. All right guys, so welcome back. So this morning I got up and was gonna use the water pump and noticed that it was running but wasn't pumping any water. So I think what we need to do is go ahead and replace that water pump. And if you don't carry a spare water pump, I would recommend that you do so. They're only about $60, $70. You can pick them up on Amazon and keep a spare water pump on hand just for such situations. And because we full-time RV, I always keep a spare water pump with me, and it's definitely paid off. So like I said, keep a spare water pump on hand. Ordered this probably a year ago actually from Amazon, and just I keep it in my storage bins here in the back of the truck. And as you can see, brand new SureFlow water pump, and we'll go ahead and get that installed. So along with the new water pump, there's going to be a few other things that you're going to need to install this. You're going to need a screwdriver, wire strippers, some electrical tape, and then a flashlight, depending on where your water pump's located. It just comes in handy being able to see what you're doing. A few paper towels to clean up any water, and it's really about a 10-minute job. So we'll go ahead and get started. First things we need to do is make sure that we turn off the water before we start messing with the water pump. So that's done. Now that the water's turned off, it's just a matter of locating our water pump inside our Airstream. Ours happens to be located underneath our closet. Just a matter of opening the doors to access the panels to where the water pump is located. Once you get it located, you'll want to then put some type of light or flashlight down there so you can see where you're working. At this point, I would recommend placing some paper towels down to catch any water that may drain out of the pump after you remove the water lines. There's two water lines, one on each side of the pump, one for the water coming in and one for the water flowing out of the pump. On my Airstream, the water lines are attached with a simple twist connector. However, be aware that your water pump may have its water lines attached with some other type of device, so just be aware. Once both water lines are disconnected, just take a paper towel, wipe up any water that may have spilt. Next, just disconnect the two 12-volt wires that go to the water pump. Next, you'll remove the 4 mounting screws that are holding your water pump in place. Make sure you keep those 4 screws, as you'll reuse those to mount the new pump. Now it's just a matter of removing the faulty pump, cleaning underneath the area, and then installing the new replacement pump. Once the new pump is in place, remove the blue shipping caps. Next, use the 4 screws to remount the pump in place. Once the pump is firmly attached, reattach the 2 water lines to the new pump. During this step, make sure not to over-tighten, as you could crack the fittings and cause a water leak. Finally, reattach the 2 12-volt wires to the pump using wire nuts and electrical tape. With everything reinstalled, we'll now test out the pump and check for any water leaks. Okay, so the water pump was working fine, no problems. It doesn't look like we have any leaks around the water pump. So now it's just a matter of picking up our tools, and we'll be complete with this 10-minute repair. All right guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. As you can see, we got the old water pump removed. We've got the new one installed. Everything's working great. Again, highly recommend if you're a full-time RVer, or even if you're part-time, you ought to keep a spare water pump on hand. It doesn't cost that much, or really easy to replace, and it can really save you out on the road if you're camping just for a weekend, or even if you're full-timing like Lisa and I. So again, if you like this video, please consider giving us a big thumbs up. If If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comments section below. And if we don't hear from you, hopefully we'll see you down the road.